Whew, what's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father. It's at Amazon, Kindle, Create Space. The link will be in the description box below as usual. Uh, this one's entitled The Fear of Karma. You know, some people are scared to death of reaping what they sow. So they put up all these walls to to shield themselves from life paying them back from life giving them back what they gave to life. And usually, the same thing that make you laugh will make you cry. So all it really does is it isolates you and insulates you so that karma can focus on you because you gave them your address with all these extra walls you put up instead of just letting life flow, you know, and regular, you take the good with the bad. You want to take all the good and run from all the bad. And then you wind up freaking out. And I see this all the time where you got people who they say it's a small world. And, no matter how far you run, you're going to wind up in the same spot. You see people who do things to get ahead and get over on people. And they always burn bridges. And after the bridges is burned, they run somewhere else, burn bridges. 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 Until they run out of places to run to, right? And the reason why they never go back is because the fear of getting done the same way they do everybody else. They can't even, in some ways, they can't stick around to face the consequences and people distrusting them because they're just not built for somebody. They could dish it, but they can't take it, is what I'm saying. So they deny, they run, and run, and then they run out of places to run, like I just said, and then everything focuses in on them because you dig yourself a hole so deep that you're in the lion's den, and all you're surrounded by is the same lions that you tried to get away from because you're scared of karma. You know, you got people who live in that house of cards where, you know, you lie, you deny, you ignore, you omit, and you wind up, doing this to one person, and you got to tell another lie to another person, and you do this whole game over and over and over and over again, and everybody's, your stories start piling up, and then the people that you're playing these games with, unfortunately for you, they start connecting because you are the middleman in all of this nonsense, right? And everybody starts to figure out the games that are being played, and they're like, oh, okay, they told me this. Well, they told me this. Well, they said you did this. Well, no, that's not what happened. Actually, they did this, but they said you did that, and that caused this. And it's like, wait a minute. And that's why I said. That's why everybody says, your house of cards could come crumbling down at any point because if you tell so many lies, it only takes, one moment of truth to fracture that whole thing. And that's what most people are scared of. So they just lie, they lie their way in, they lie their way out, and then they isolate themselves because this the same circle that they surrounded themselves with to get over and to run this direction and that direction and play this story against this story against this story against this story against this story. Now they're surrounded by people who don't believe a word they say. And because they're surrounded by people who don't believe in them or don't believe them because of their own actions, karma gets to focus on them. But you're scared of it because you don't want it to happen, but inevitably it's going to happen. Your reputation is going to precede you, right? Um, You got people out here who I would say are, let's just say bullies, and they go around bullying people, starting stuff, just unnecessarily, um, on the offense, unnecessarily treating people in a bad manner because for them they may profit off of it or they may get their kicks out of it. So now that they get their rocks off doing what they do, the one problem is for every for every badass, there's somebody that's even badder that you just don't know about, or that you've heard about and that you pray to God doesn't come across your path. Or some people that you had no idea even existed, or they don't they're not badasses in your thought pattern until you actually have to deal with them, right? And what I mean by that is you're out here causing trouble, starting beef, getting in drama, and you start getting nervous because you know that one of these days I'm gonna come across the wrong person, and we all talk about that, the wrong one. You gonna mess with the wrong one. When you do that, but you know it's coming because you're like, you run across people and the energy they give off is like, that's how bullies know who to mess with, who not to mess with, right? But see, you screwing over somebody, you have no idea who's actually their protector. You have no idea who actually is gonna fight for them. You don't know who these people's champion is. Just because you felt like, ooh, I'm able to get away with this, I'm able to, rob from this person or steal from this person or kill this person, and you know deep down that this is not gonna end well for you. And you keep building this reputation and you get nervous. Some people, get real paranoid because it's coming. It's not just a jail thing. A lot of times it's that, before this even falls apart from me, who is this person? And what winds up happening is you find yourself in a situation where you're approached by a random stranger and they just wear you out. Or you find yourself living as the bully, and now, some of the people you thought were weak were just strong people letting you make it because they ain't feel like you was ready, or you didn't have it like that, and then you pissed them off to the point where they had no mercy for you no more, and then you saw who was really, you was a bully, but now you dealing with a bull. You know what I'm saying? Now you dealing with a Brahma bull at that. So you isolated yourself because nobody's gonna care about what happens to you because you've done so much dirt. So now what? You know what I mean? You stuck, and that's life. That's just life. Like, but people are scared of it because it's like, well, that's why people get overly religious because of their guilt. Same thing with you. People who users do the same thing. They're opportunistic. They play games. They get over, and then they use this person. They use that person. They pile up. They fill as resources by using people, and some of them use that classic line, when I finally make it, oh my God, I'm gonna pay everybody back that I played. But you're a scam artist. You got to remember, even if you do make it, your reputation precedes you of being a user. So when you get up on a higher level, people are going to look at you, um, without trust. So now you're gonna get exactly what you got to get to the highest level to be irrelevant. And all of the people that you use get to look at you crumble on a big stage. And you're scared of that, so you always try to find somebody to validate you to be, like an honest, good person. And it's never going to work because people, even if somebody wants to vouch for you, people are going to come out the woodworks. Hey, they're not who you think they are. And even if you change, guess what? Then you're going to have to do that on your own. So you're scared of having to actually be what you, falsely called, falsely stated yourself to be anyways, and that might crush you in its zone. The weight of actually walking it and talking it, right? So a lot of people are fearful of this karma, but I'm just here to tell you, if you are, it is what it is, man. You got to take the good with the bad, you know. That goes in a positive way too, though. You know, some of us are so accustomed to life's negativity that we don't realize we've really been paying it forward. So sometimes we don't strive and we don't to continue to break through to something positive because guess what? We're about to quit before we make it. You know what I mean? And that's not a good look. So you got to remember if things weren't working for you, just keep plugging away because you have a windfall of positive karma too. You know, that's it. Peace.